Ocean City High School. Mrs. Oves here, and I am just going to walk you all through the college visit sign-up process. Pretty easy stuff here, but before we get started, I just wanted to emphasize a few things. You always want to do your homework before you sign up for a college visit, meaning, is this a good college fit for me? I'm going to show you how to do that in a few minutes. But all the college visits this year are going to be virtual. Most of them will be happening every hour on the hour, every Wednesday, because that's our complete virtual day. And then every day during community lunch period. So from about 11 to 11:45, there will also be visits scheduled throughout the week. So how do you know what colleges and universities are visiting? This is quite simple. We're in our Naviance homepage. You can log on to Naviance utilizing the Clever login feature. You can utilize your Google login to get in, as well as your regular Naviance student username and password. So that's easy enough. And then here we're on our Red Raiders homepage, and we're just going to scroll down under what's new. And you can see under what's new all the different colleges and universities that we'll be visiting with us so far. Now, this is updated constantly. College reps are continuing to schedule visits, so don't be surprised if a college that you're interested in doesn't show up today, but may show up next week. So it's very important to check this at least once a week to see if there's any schools that you may be interested in. So for today's purposes, Red Raider is going to click on more information about Drexel University. And once he clicks on more information, he can see the date and the time and also who he's meeting with, which is great. So he's going to go ahead and register for this particular visit, and he'll see that his status has changed to registered. Now, given the fact that all these are virtual visits, there will be a link on this homepage to click on about a half an hour before the meeting actually starts. So you won't have access to that link until a half an hour before it starts. So our visit is supposed to start, say, for example, 10 a.m. So you will have access beginning at 9:30 a.m. Here's something else that I encourage you to do. If you're interested in visiting with a college, we also want to make sure that you are looking at schools that make sense for you. You don't want to sign up for 100 visits and the college or university, A, doesn't have the major or extracurricular activities you're interested in, or B, it's not a good academic fit for you based on your GPA and your test scores. And for those younger students, you may not know what your range is yet, and that's okay as well. So you would just basically be attending visits that interest you. Now, for today's purposes, I just want to remind you of how you figure out if a school is a good fit for you academically. So here we have the blue person, which is Red Raider, based on his GPA and his SAT or PSAT score in many of your cases, or some of you might not have any scores, which is fine. You can see here that this is going to be a more competitive school for Red Raider. He's here. All the green checks are students who were accepted that applied to Drexel University over the last 10 years, specifically from Ocean City High School. So the data is extremely reliable, and I think that you can get a lot out of this scattergram. So first you want to check, am I admissible, or does this make sense? Is it close in my range? Now, Red Raider may decide, you know what, I'm going to work really hard this year and get my GPA up, and it may be a good fit for me come application season. If he were a senior, I would say that would definitely be a higher range school for him. Now, if you want to know if the college or university has your major or a few of the majors that you're interested in, you can simply type it in. And this Red Raider is interested in engineering. So I'm just going to type in engineering, and you can see all the different engineerings that they have to offer. Now, Red Raider is specifically interested in aerospace, and it doesn't show here that they have an aerospace engineering degree. So this may not be the best school for him, but if he's interested in chemical, civil, or computer, a really good opportunity for him to learn more about what the school has to offer. And there's also a lot of other information in here that you can take a look at. But I just wanted to talk a little bit more about the visit itself. So this year it will be virtual. But just because it's virtual doesn't mean it can't be meaningful to you. So I would suggest for each college and university that you're visiting with, maybe jot down a few questions that you have for the admissions rep so that when that visit starts, you have something to say, but also you get your questions answered. Sometimes when we're in front, face to face or in front of the camera, we forget what specific questions we have. So maybe write down some of those questions prior to the visit. Also, colleges and universities will utilize this virtual visit as a demonstrated interest. So what demonstrated interest is, it basically says you're taking the time to learn more about what the college or university has to offer, and that shows that you're genuinely interested in the college or university, which can also help you in the application process. That's basically a quick overview. If you have any specific questions about college